Last Action Hero sounded like it was going to be so fun, and unfortunately, I found it to be kind of boring. It wasn't terrible, I didn't hate it, but I really don't think it delivered what it could have done. This was released originally in 1993. It's directed by John McTiernan, written by Shane Black and David Arnott, and we have a cast including Arnold Schwarzenegger as Detective Jack Slater and also kind of himself, and we also have Austin O'Brien as Danny. And Danny is magically transported into the film world of his favourite character, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they go off on an adventure, and there are a lot of problems they have to overcome, and considering they're in an action film, there's obviously a lot of action. And I will say it is very, very quick. There is a lot happening constantly. It never really seems to slow down, but it also never felt too busy. It never felt like they were just throwing things at it and hoping something would stick. In general, it was a well-crafted narrative that has a lot of substance to it. The narrative is well written, but it wasn't very fun. And I thought it was going to be this really fun, entertaining story, and while it worked, it just wasn't very fun. The characters were honestly a little bit dull. Danny was likable, Schwarzenegger's character was likable, and the character he was playing was likable. So, in general, there's nothing about it that's necessarily bad. And there were some moments. There were some moments here and there that were quite fun and entertaining. It's not that it was boring from start to finish, but I think it had a lot of potential with being a really fun, entertaining, engaging, maybe funny film. It is meant to be a comedy. I don't necessarily think it was very funny. But in terms of being an action film and leaning into the fantasy aspect, yes, it worked well. I think it delivered those aspects. The narrative is well written. The performances are very good. The characters are fine. It's just, I don't think it's as good as it could have been. It could have been a really solid experience. IMDb has an average rating of 6.5 out of 10 across 171,000 reviews and ratings, and a Metascore of 44. I think I agree with that 6.5 out of 10. I maybe enjoyed it a tiny bit less, but in general, it is a good concept. The narrative is well executed, but it's not as fun or as engaging or as entertaining as it could have been. But the characters are well written, the performances are good, the pacing is very, very good. It does pack in a lot into, well, not a short space of time. It's just over 2 hours, but could it have been shorter? Yes. But at the same time, I never felt like they were dragging things on. It never felt like there was any fluff or padding. So I don't have a problem with the length. My only issue is that it wasn't fun. It was creative. And again, there were some moments that were fun, and we have some nice effects and things. So in general, I'd say it is an absolutely fine film that I enjoyed enough as a one-time watch. I don't think it met its full potential, but it is creative. It does deliver a lot. And if it sounds like it appeals to you, then I'm still going to say it's worth watching. It could have been better, but nevertheless, I guess Last Action Hero was an okay experience, a little boring at times, but ultimately it balances out as being not a bad film.